Namaste. I'm Jenny, and thanks for tuning into my channel. As always, I'm always grateful for you guys. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down there in the corner if you want to see the content and get notifications. I'm just saying, you're missing out if you're not. I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button too on the video. It really helps as I'm building my channel and so on and so on. So now this week's Cosmic Vibes. All I can say, like, don't freak out or anything. It's another week to expect the unexpected. I'm just saying, you're going to see a lot more reality coming through this week. Like you're going to see more truth being exposed, all of that kind of stuff as well. We have this Gemini full moon energy, and we're moving into the solstice. I will talk more about the solstice in next week's Cosmic Vibes video and so on. So this is a week right now where those conversations, let's say, that you need to have with others, that you're like, I don't know about this. This is your week to really open your heart and have that conversation with whomever it is that you might have been in conflict with, that you need to resolve situations. There could be sudden endings as well. And it's also going to be a week of healing. So you got to remember, for everything that ends, there's beautiful new beginnings happening. And when a cycle or a relationship ends, or a friendship, or a business contact, or when you're leaving your job, or if you're moving and so on, it can be a lot more emotional. So especially with this Gemini full moon, full moons, of course, it's higher energy with our emotions. So meaning that your emotions could get a lot more higher. Some of you might have made that decision on the 12th of December, which is that portal day, to have that talk with someone or to make some decisions and so on. And these are normally like decisions that you've been kind of contemplating with, well, geez, when do I have that talk with that person? Talks can be beautiful, as you're resolving these situations, like we're still in that Mercury retrograde energy too. However, the energy ends Mercury retrograde on the 16th. So we still have that 3 weeks of post shadow energy until the 3rd of January, which still gives you that opportunity to resolve issues, resolve misunderstandings, and so on. And you're communicating better. Your communication should be from your heart, always being authentic, being honest. And so, because when you're being honest with your purest intention, that's the only thing that matters. You're going to see, as I'm saying, like more truth exposed, expect the unexpected. You're going to see that, wow, like, I'm now seeing reality of what's happened or what's been happening. Like, why didn't I see this? Or why did I not deal with this situation? So, you all know what you need to resolve, what you need to work through, and so on. Like we have that Chiron energy as well, which is the wounded healer. You're going to be doing more healing and reflecting as well. That's going to continue on and on and on, right? Like even on the 14th, you're going to be, like staying more true to who you are. You're going to be like, this just doesn't resonate with me, or the path I want to work towards, or this situation or relationship or whatever it is. You might be more open to exploring the unknown. Like I always walk into the unknown. That's just myself. People are like, oh my God, how can you do that? And I'm like, well, that's just me. Like we all have our own path, we all do our own thing. So the 14th, that's that more authenticity energy. So you could be like, my job's not working out for me, or, whatever it is, as I'm saying, because you're going to get pushed more because of this full moon on Gemini on the 15th. So, of course, your sleep could be off. you know, and make sure you put your crystals. For those of you who have crystals, I love my crystals. So, put them on your window ledge to have the sun energy come in on it, the energy of the moon come in on it, or put them outside, if you're, living in a place where, nobody's going to come in and take your crystals, right? You don't know nowadays, right? Expect the unexpected. Maybe you guys put some crystals outside and somebody takes them, right? I'm just saying, like, expect the unexpected can be beautiful surprises as well. You might even find that certain people that you had your eye on all of a sudden are single. You could be meeting your soulmates this week. Like, seriously, as Mercury retrograde ends, this will be time where you can open up to more soulmate connections, soul tribe connections. During that Mercury retrograde, that's not a time to start brand new relationships. No, because there's so many challenges. Like, how many of you during Mercury retrograde went through a very difficult disruptions? I did. Oh my God. Every day it was intense, right? However, the calm is coming. You probably notice that the calm is coming down more and more and more, right? Like, even when I moved into my new place and such like that, every day there was issues like, oh my God, like maintenance here every day and stuff. And this is like a renovated suite and everything. However, this is what happens with Mercury retrograde. It can cause havoc. It can cause disruptions, like appointments had to get rescheduled left and right. A lot of disruptions happen during Mercury retrograde. However, when you reflect back on that, you can say, okay, so what disruptions were they? Maybe those disruptions had to happen, yes, in order for you to resolve these issues. How many of you had to all of a sudden book medical appointments, or all of a sudden had to do this or this or this or this or that? You're like, really? However, you're setting yourself up for calmness. What needed to get resolved, or what needed to get booked, what needed to end, what, like, all of those things. But as we go through it, it can be like, are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me? Like, oh my gosh, right? So just try to trust the process, because as we move into 2025, like, I'm going to do a separate video on my predictions for 2025. I'm hoping sometime this week I'll get it done. I don't know. My schedule can get very busy in seconds, but it will go up sometime this month if it's not this week or whatever, right? Like my team, I do it, my team puts it up whenever. So this Gemini full moon, like Gemini duality, there's two different sides to Gemini, of course, right? Like, we all have that angel on one shoulder, the devil on the other shoulder, and it's how you go about it. You might find you're going to be more social during that time. Like, Geminis like to be more social and chatting up a storm and such like that. It's also a day, don't forget, to manifest. Full moons are a time to manifest, with intentions and stuff. And you might even find too that on the full moon, you're resolving conflicts. So really pay attention to what needs to be resolved, what needs to be said, and speak from your heart, because when you're resolving situations, it's better to have that talk when you're calm, not when you're at like an angry, like, oh my God, energy, right? Because it's so easy to say something or behave in a way, and we're like, oh my God, I can't believe I behaved like that, or I said this, or I said that. So you very well could be even moving forward more if you're resolving issues and conflicts with your career, with your relationships, with your situation, no matter what. You could be bringing even in more balance that day, because your communication is going to flow much better if you are aligned more in your heart and your soul. If you're in alignment with your ego, things aren't going to flow at all. It will not flow. So this is why when you're having conversations, be honest. Like, why would you not be honest? Like, speak your truth. Yeah, but Jeni, I don't want to, like, if I said that to my person, I don't, like, they might break up with me. Like, are you kidding me? If that is truly your person, you should be able to have that talk with them, like from your heart. You know what, like, I have some concerns about this, or, can we have a talk and go over that? Absolutely. Absolutely. When you're scared to have that talk with your person and you feel you have to walk on eggshells, is that your person? No. So this is why this week can be expect the unexpected. Everything that you held back from saying could all of a sudden come out just like that. That's what happens when we suppress our emotions. Boom, it comes out. So this is the time as well to stay away from drama and negativity. However, you could be like, oh, does that mean, Jenny, that, I shouldn't have that talk? No, no, there's a difference. There is a difference. So, it's so easy to see the drama of the world and negativity and all of this kind of stuff that's going on, right? This might be a time where you're like, you know what, I need to take that step back. I just really, really, really need to take that step, and really reflect back on Mercury retrograde. What did you learn from that? There's always lessons in Mercury retrograde. What did I learn from that? What lessons did my soul teach me and show me during that phase? You're really honest with yourself because you want to start clearing more situations before the end of this month. Like, we're a stone's throw away before 2025. So really take advantage of this energy right now for the rest of this month. Clear what needs to be cleared and resolved. I mean, you don't push anything, don't force anything. No, 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 no. However, it's like, okay, what do I really want to accomplish and resolve before the end of this month? Start writing it down. When you start confronting situations, you're going to feel so much better. You truly will. Like that 16th is when Mercury retrograde ends. I mean, December 16th for me is an emotional day because on December 16th, my two best friends died. My best friend Terry, and my best friend Shutri Ram. Same day they both passed away. So I don't want to talk about it. I'll get emotional. I'm already getting emotional, but so you also are going to see on the 16th and the 17th more of who your true friends are. That's the day you could be meeting potential soulmates, and it could be people it could be new people, as I said, like certain people you might feel, I can't believe you're single. Like, really? Like, when did you get divorced, or when did you end your relationship? I didn't know. And all of these things, they might reach out to you. Or maybe you have your eye on somebody and you're like, hey, I'm going to just maybe reach out to them, see what they're doing, see, get together with them. This is the time for holidays. It's a holiday season. It gives you that opportunity to reach out to somebody, say happy holidays. It's been a long time. Let's get together and, like have a coffee or a drink or lunch or like whatever. Do you know what I mean? So you're going to feel more soul tribe energy that day. You're going to be more in tuned, and that could be a day where you're forgiving yourself and others. You always have to forgive yourself. Nobody is perfect. We all say and do things. However, what's really important, what did you learn from that? What did you learn from that mistake? What did you learn from that situation? Nobody's perfect. We all screw up. Hell, I could write probably the biggest book in the world of how many times I screwed up. Oh my God. We're all human. That's part of our journey, for goodness sakes. And the Mercury retrograde, like, really reflect back. Like, believe me, the patience I got tested with patience, like, oh, good God, don't even get me started on that. But, it's how we handle situations and surrendering it. It's like, okay, I know I have to do this or that or whatever it is. Surrendering this to spirit, what's best for my highest self and highest good. Very important, because you very well will get triggered this week. So as you get triggered, pause, just really pause at that moment. Put your hand on your heart, close your eyes, and just say, okay, why am I getting triggered? What is this from? Every time you get triggered, it's that opportunity to heal. If you run from situations or block it out or numb it, whatever, it's going to keep coming back. So certain traumatic experiences, they take time. They can, like traumatic experiences in other lifetimes. That's why I do past life readings as well. Like I read into your consciousness to see where you're at and give you all my insights and so on and so on. However, this is the time to really heal and take that time away from you. Really distance away from the distractions from the world and what's going on all around you, and really tune in and focus on yourself. Because when you do that and let go of the wrong people, wrong situations, wrong this, and that, you'll be really surprised because new opportunities truly open up for you. And you'll hear more messages coming in from your soul. Like I started hearing, like just things for myself of, okay, you need to do that and that. And I'm like, oh my God, that's such a long flight. I don't like long flights. I don't, right? So there's only certain people who I've shared that with, about certain things that I'm looking at in 2025, right? You know who you are. So, but anyways, I'm just saying, write certain things down because the 18th and the 19th, you very well might be confronting those challenges that day as well. So that could be more of a emotional day for you. You could be hearing about secrets. Like, oh, really? I didn't know that. Like more truth being exposed, surprise to surprise. That's not a surprise, right? You might feel a little bit confused with uncertainty, especially if you've just had that talk with someone or somebody ended something with you. You could be like, wow, I'm a little confused and like, what's uncertain about everything. This is your time to really take time for you. You're going to start seeing more reality with things rather than living in the illusion. When we detach from certain situations, you're going to see more truth. You're going to see the reality, the illusions lift, the veil overlifts. When you're attached to certain situations and such like that, you're not seeing what's really going on around you. You're only seeing what you only want to see. It's that balance in life that's really important, and you're really going to start looking back on, wow, what challenges were happening during this year, like this entire year. How did you work through it? How did you work through it? We all have our challenges. One of my most painful experiences of this year was my dog Bella when she passed away. That was very painful and traumatic. We all have different things we deal with and such like that. So this is also a week where you want to be a little bit more physically active, because when we have a lot of stress in situations, it stays stuck in our body. So when you're moving your body, in whatever way that feels comfortable for you, you're releasing things, and then your body starts getting more back in alignment with your soul. And you're letting go. How many of you, let's say, who've gone for like a brisk walk or exercised or more active, whatever it is you're doing, even going for a walk in Mother Nature, like whatever it is, right? And then after you're feeling like, whew, I'm tired, but you know what? I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling more in alignment and so on and so on. Absolutely. Let it go, release it, release it. Because as we're moving towards the solstice on the 21st, which I'll go into more details about, of course, next week, you'll feel it on the 20th of December. Happy birthday, Tony and Chris and Bruce, by the way, on the 20th of December. Tony's year of the 18th birthday, my friend Tony. But the 20th, Bruce and Chris, my friends Bruce and Chris, I've known forever and forever and forever. You will feel that change. Like you will feel that change with the solstice. So wherever you are on this planet, you're going to be moving into your different season and so on and so on. I'm in winter here myself. You very well might be feeling more passionate that day of like, what are my passions? Like, what do I really, really want to work towards? What am I passionate today? You might even find that you're working on your creative projects that day, or you might be like, wow, I'm getting very creative with this or that, whatever it is. Really listen for you. And you might be like, you know what, I need to take time for me and really meditate and take time out for me. Like, no matter what it is, like I chant every day. I listen to like music, and chant with the music. I'll do my photography. I'll all of these different things, and I get messages coming in from the spirit world. It's like, even when I do my predictions and such, I don't know what day I'm going to do it and such, because I start getting messages in from spirits. So I start writing it down for next year and such like that. When I feel like, you know what, I've got a few things to say, then I'll do the video. I've been writing stuff down as I go into my trance and so on and so on. So you might even find on the 20th, it could be more of an emotional day for you. As you spend quiet time for yourself, you're going to be more compassionate about yourself. You very well could be reflecting on situations. Holidays are a time, for the month where we look back on people, loved ones, friends, or animals, family and so on that have passed once upon a time ago, memories, and so it can be emotional and stuff. There's, a lot of holiday parties going on and so on. And, it can be a really festive month. I mean, I have no decorations up here for Christmas myself at all. I haven't had time yet. And I'm like, you know what? I got other stuff I got to get done. So I don't know. Like, I don't want to unpack my Christmas stuff because I've just unpacked everything, and I'm like, ugh, I might just grab a little something from the dollar stores thing and put it up. I don't know. Well, I might not do anything. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, when you're doing that meditation and so on and spending silence time, you're going through a rough time, just make sure you're placing your hand on your heart. Place your hand on your heart. What is that? What is that? That's your purpose. You are your purpose. You are here for a reason. I am one with God. God is one with me. December is a higher consciousness month as well. I channel and work with the Christ consciousness, have for many years. I started channeling with the Christ consciousness when I especially had one of my profound near-death experiences when I was standing right in front of Christ. And the message he gave me, I'll never forget. I can see it as clearly this very second than I did when that happened. So it's another story. So be really open, make yourself a priority, start healing. You want to, have your balance with your heart and your soul together as one collective within your mind, body, and soul. Speak your truth from your heart. Always. Always. Your vibrational frequency starts to change. So anyways, now I'm going to pull a couple of cards to see what the message from the spirit world has to say. I don't use cards when I'm with a client because I'm a clairvoyant, psychic medium, animal communicator, do past life akashic records. You can always book a reading with me, soulworkwithjeni.com. I was going to do a live reading session this month here on YouTube, but I've been asked to go on a different show and do predictions there. So, I'll announce when January's will come back, and I'll let you guys know when that will happen. So anyways, let's pull a couple of cards from the universe and see what messages are coming through from the spirit world. Of course, not all of you will resonate with it. If you do, let me know. I surrender it all. Make sure you clear your cards. If you guys are using card decks, knock them 3 times on wood. I've done all of that before. And I ask spirit, what cards should everybody know? Or should I use, I should say. Right? So let me pull a couple of cards. I'm getting drawn to this deck here. Now, the deck I'm using here is by Angela Hartfeld, Whispers of Aloha. For those of you who know, Aloha, Hawaii is my other home away from home. So Whenever I'm in Hawaii, I do get my photography on the news. And sometimes I don't realize it at first. I really don't. Then I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that, right? So, anyways, that's another story. Join me on my photography account if you want to see it. Jeni Ji Photography on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram too on my other private account, Jeni Ji Cousins. I'll follow you back, for goodness sake. However, let's talk to the universe. What's the message from the 14th to the 20th of December? December, God, like mid-December already. Are you kidding me? So what is the message from the spirit world? From the 14th to the 20th. Message from the 14th, 20th. Message. Alrighty then. Okay, about time, right? On the lookout. Be alert to the happenings around you. Yes, absolutely. Now, this is kind of cool because this card is dated 21, which is the solstice date, by the way. And as this week, you're seeing more reality with situations where you could expect the unexpected, as I'm saying. So this card here, on the lookout, be alert to the happenings around you. Yes, yes, you will see. So if you're having that inclination to, gosh, I should do this, or talk to my person, or make these changes, endings or new beginnings, whatever it is, really take advantage of that and work through it. It's to your advantage that you resolve situations that you've been pushing under the carpet, so to speak. It comes back full force. Well, I'll deal with it next year. I'll deal with it. And I get it. I get it. Got to go in your own comfort zone. But I'm just saying, the longer you leave a situation, it's going to come back and it might not work well for you at all. Like, really, it could hit you right at one of those cosmic times. That's why I do these videos as well. So you can work with this energy. Because when you work with this energy, the energy works with you. That's exactly why I do these videos as well, to help you balance things. And like, people like, oh my God, expect the unexpected. Believe me, I know. I had a phone call come in today and I haven't had, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I haven't had time yet to check my message. Right. And that could be I didn't expect that phone call. That's an unexpected right away, but I haven't checked the message yet. So, you have to embrace things no matter if it's good or bad. Do you know what I'm saying? So, what is the message from the spirit world? Oh, hang on. The card deck I'm using, by the way. Psychic for the Heart, John Holland. Speak from your heart. Goodness sakes. Goodness sakes. Why wouldn't you? 14th to the 20th. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? What card fell down? What card fell down? There was two cards that fell down. Heart chakra. What did I say? The second card is seek the truth. Like, is that a coincidence from the spirit world? I think not. Green is the color of the heart chakra. So, if you have heart concerns, or maybe you want to have that conversation with someone, wear the color green. Green is healing. Green is healing. Speak from your heart. Seek the truth. Seek the truth. Speak from your heart. Seek the truth. Speak from your heart. There's no need to go on about these cards, because what have I been talking about? Like, how cool is that, right? Spirit does want to have a conversation with you all today, right? Alrighty, so let's use this card deck. I love this author. That's why I have a few of her decks. Angela Hartfelt again, Whispers of the Ocean. So if you guys watched my prediction video from 2024 that I did, way back, you have already noticed, you already know how I've been talking about events with the water and so on and so on, and those events have happened. So with being an animal communicator, I get messages all day long from the animal world. And animal world, like I'm using the C deck today, right? Because animals, animals can be a shark, animals can be a dog, animals can be a giraffe. You know what I mean? In different categories. I still all call them animals. We just have different names, sea life, wildlife, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So let's have a little chat with the ocean, sea life, shall we? See what, no, too many cards. What is the message from the 14th to the 20th from the sea life? Message from the 14th to the 20th from our animal kingdom, sea life. It's a message from our animal kingdom, sea life, 14th to the 20th. Or maybe some of you are traveling too during the holidays, right? Busy time, like airfares will be higher, of course, because it's high season. Accommodations will be higher because it's high season. Sometimes you can book a last minute flight and get a seat sale. That happens. So if I didn't have so much going on, believe me, next year. Okay, so the card that came out here, diving to the depths. Ooh. Water represents our emotions, by the way. There is a deeper meaning to what is happening. You might be looking at this from the surface and missing what is really going on. This is when I'm saying you're going to see more in reality this week with situations, because reality is going to be shown to you, right? Take a moment to pause and breathe. Allow yourself to dive deeper into what it is you are feeling about your current situation. Reflection week, seeing the truth, seeing more reality, having that talk with someone, making conscious choices that align more into your soul's calling and purpose. Going into the depths within your soul, meditate, stillness, time for you, time to contemplate what is working, what is not working. Start on your vision boards. You're going to get triggered this week. Expect the unexpected. I'm just saying. Stillness from within, you're going to hear more messages coming through, but you have to be open to it. Because sometimes when we're getting these messages coming through, it can be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to see that. That's too painful. I get that. We've all experienced our traumas and painful moments and so on and so on and so on. We all do. We all have. I don't know one person on this planet that hasn't experienced something like that. It's just not reality. So, all right, let's just pull one. No, actually, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this deck over here, actually, right away. Earth Magic, Stephen Pullman. There we go. There we go. Earth Magic, yeah. I felt this right away. Like it's like spirit kind of pulling me on your side. 14th to 20th. What's the message here from Spirit? Message from Spirit. It's time to get organized, you guys. Let's get some goal setting going on. Okay. Too many cards. 14th to the 20th. What's the message? 14th to the 20th. The wind, activate. What did I say? Time to activate your dreams, time to activate your goals, time to activate what you've been suppressing, holding back on, communicating. Like people say, where are you going, Jeni? I'm always like, where the wind takes me to, where the wind blows me to, right? Like that's just myself. So it's like, okay, so I don't want to walk into a hurricane. So I'm going to resolve certain situations first. I'm going to resolve certain situations that, I can resolve or that I can work on or that I can end or that like all of those things. You know, that's what like long-term goals are about and short-term goals. Like I actually, you know, got a few long-term goals done this year that were major, which I was really surprised about. But when you focus on yourself and you set yourself goals and so on, you will see that things will come together for you when you work towards it and so on and so on. Right? So now, please like my channel. Please like the video. Make some comments. Let me know what's going on with you guys, you know. Subscribe right down there. Hit that red button. You know, as I mentioned, I'm always grateful for you guys, each and every one of you. Truly grateful. Follow me on Instagram, Jeni Ji Cousins, and you know what? I will follow you right back.